We did it, kids. We made it. How you doing, Roy?
I'm doing good. Today's been a good day. I'm
We're
hoping
start.
it can continue.
Yeah, we're starting the show a little bit hour later than I've been doing it the last couple of days, but about the same time you jumping in. So not too bad. Let me show you where we. Well, how you doing, Roy? Let's talk about that.
Pretty good. Things are going well. I feel happy and positive about all the things.
This is why you're this. This is why you're here, buddy. The rest of us are all like, "What's going on in the world, man?" And you're like, "It's
Oh,
okay.
no,
I'm
you
feeling pretty
understand that
good."
I'm talking purely about the bubble that extends about 6 feet from me, right?
All right.
Outside of that, the world is going to a bad place in a hurry.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe that's true.
So,
All right. Well, I got something I want to say to Michael Jolly for a while now. I'm going to say it right now. Put on some pants. Come on, Mr. Taco. Put on some pants. That guy. Always coming in. All right. We did some really good work yesterday. Holy cow. You were here for some of that, Rory. It was crazy. It was just absolutely crazy. I think we can show some of this on the stream here. Let's see what we're missing here. Yeah, that's why I work remote. No pants needed. Let's see what we got here. Let's go to bring up the players page. And let's see, who's contributing these scroll bars out here? I'm interested to know who's doing that. Oh, it looks like my Dragonfront overlay. Let's refresh that cache. Okay, that got rid of those scroll bars. And I've got another set of scroll bars. Are those coming from the dice? They're coming from the dice. Let's refresh that cache. Still seeing the scroll bar there. I'll try one more time. Maybe I didn't hit the button. There we go. Oh, it went away and then it came back. And is it going away again? Something's up with our 3D dice loading time. Oh, guess who forgot to disable Dropbox? Yeah, I've noticed some problems with Dropbox. That was me. I'm just going to disable that. That slows things down a bit as I disable it, but then once it's done syncing, it should performance should jump back up again. Check on the Dragon back overlay. It's good. It's only the 3D dice. I'm going to turn it off. Wait, hold on. I'm still seeing the scroll bars. Is that from the drone game?
normally, yeah.
Let me go take a look at that. I can bring up, what I'm doing is I'm bringing up the properties on each one and I'm seeing, oh, does it have, you can see right in here, oh yeah, that in OBS is showing me that's contributing to the scroll bar. So the drone game hasn't finished loading. And I find that these refreshes normally take a short period of time. But when I say, okay, I'm starting, I'm going to say, everybody refresh at once, it's like they can kind of get a lockup situation going. So I'm going to go into the drone game. I'm going to say, refresh that cache. So disappear. And let's see, is it going to build itself back up without scroll bars? What it's doing here, the flickering is because it's loading up the individual cells in the animation on demand. And so those are all coming in. It looks like that worked. Now let's see what's going on with our 3D dice if we turn that back on. Let's go refresh it. One more time. Scroll bar goes away, comes back. Are you going to finish loading 3D dice? This I don't understand because 3D dice they're not sucking up a lot of resources that I'm aware of. So, yeah, I don't know what that is.
There's only one scroll bar now.
Yeah, that's the 3D dice. Let me try this. I'm going to try doing fixed. We've got the scene transition. I'm going to try drone. Whoops. Got to spell drone correctly. Does the drone come out? Nope. No drone. Maybe restart. I'm going to restart the overlays. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling we're going to restart the overlays is what I'm feeling. It's like I feel like that's what I'm going to do. All right. So that's all been driven from this. I'm going to just close this down. And we got some WebSocket disconnected. Close that down over there. Kill Chrome. Restart. Not here. Need to be in the overlays only one. Run this. Nice use, by the way, in the background there of the CodeRushed LaTeX formula in comments. So this is just This is just a code comment here, but I wanted to call out the calculation for the vertical scale. Because when I jumped into it and had to do it, I couldn't, it wasn't intuitive and it wasn't, totally obvious. So, all right, now with that, I'm going to come back in here one more time. We've restarted the low-level stuff, and I'm going to refresh this cache here on the Dragon Front overlay. It's taken a while. It's contributing some scroll bars. I almost want to restart it again. I did it again. I just hit the button again. And then I'm going to go to the 3D dice and do the same thing. Here comes the 3D dice layer. Refresh it. That feels better. Much better. Okay. And Dragon Back overlay. Let's refresh that. There goes the clock. It's going to refresh itself. No drone?
No drone.
What is that? Is the only way out of that going to be to restart the stream? Why is the drone not working? Oh, wait. I didn't refresh the drone. Hold on. That makes sense. Give me a second. Now I'm going to refresh, and I bet it works after this refresh. Bear with me, kids. All right. Now let's go. Let's initialize the player data because we got the main things that deal with player data all refreshed on the stream, except for the drone game, which it is. Looks like it's locked up. I'm not seeing any coins coming in. Oh, there we go. Here come the coins. So we got some signal.
It's gone away despite the coins not having quite finished.
Yeah, no, that's okay. That's actually totally okay because it's basically saying, okay, I've got everything I need, and they're loading at different times. I clicked on initialize player data. Yeah, okay, SignalR got broken in the WPF app. So let's go restart that. Yeah, this is what I do normally when I have a little more time to prep, but today I had like about 12 minutes to prep. And why don't I see a continue button here? System interrupts? Okay, what's going on? Who's sucking up my time here? Edge. You should not be sucking up that much, Edge. What's Edge doing? Yeah, I don't get that. I could close down this one of Edge. Why don't I do that? I'll close down one of the edges. Okay, so, and now Edge goes away. Good. That's down there. I can totally deal and live with that. Still, I'm at 100%. Yeah, I don't get that at all. I'm like never at 100%, and nothing is in here that's saying, that's screaming, oh yeah, it's me. We could argue that, well, maybe Visual Studio. Oh, yeah, no, there we go. Yeah, OBS Studio is sucking up a lot. A lot. All right, let's see if we can restart and see what we do. We're going to go with that 100% CPU for now. I'm making an executive decision, Rory.
Fair enough.
Rory's like, okay, I can run with that. As long as it's in my 6-foot bubble, everything's good. As long as your chaos is outside my 6-foot bubble, Mark, right? So,
yeah.
Okay. Let's see what we got here. This time, let's go in and initialize player data. Because I want to show you what we did. There we go. Yeah, I think I have to remember that when I shut down the overlays app, I have to also shut down the control app as well, this thing right here, because its SignalR connection gets blown apparently during that time. Okay, so let's bring up, and I'll show you some spells here, what we've got that we did. So tables, you left us just as we were doing tables.
That's right. We'd sorted out bullet points. Bullet points were working really nicely. Hey, that looks good.
I don't mean to brag or anything, but that looks good.
Brag away. That is nice.
Is that nice?
Clear, that is concise.
We're
That's everything you want.
We're even,
display.
Yeah, we're even supporting justification of the column elements in it, left and right. Right? Yeah, yes, we went, just to be very clear, we did in essentially 2 days of work, we went from no support for this to essentially markdown support plus calculation of pieces. So if I come in here and say I want to cast Chaos Bolt at level 1, it does 1d6 of damage. But if I, let me switch to something else, then back to level 4, Chaos Bolt. This is level 4, and you can see it's level 4 because of the, here, whoops, that's not what I want to do. Excuse me for that. That's what I wanted to do. Uh-oh. And I just have to use a little bit of discipline in this. Here we go. I want to call your attention here because we're casting Chaos Bolt at level 4 right there. And so it's saying, oh, well, it's 4d6 of damage instead. So the calculation is happening automatically. It's really beautiful. You know, from a standpoint of I'm telling you the important information you need. So if you're a dungeon master, or if you're going to roll the dice, if you were just playing this game normally and all of a sudden this came up, you'd be like, oh, okay, casting it I'm casting it at level 4. This means I need 4 6-sided die along with my 2d8 that I do. So that sort of information is there automatically in there. I showed you the table. We got the table support right there. Some clever work there that we did. It looks really nice. I'm pretty happy with that, right? It's not too much work, and yet the end result is it's a table, and I can read that, and it's there. Let me see what else we got. Animate Objects has got a table inside it as well. There's another table right there you can see. What else? We got support for the smaller spells. And let's see, look at the other pieces we've got here. Magic Jar, Imprisonment, Augury. We got bullet points. We did that while you were here, Rory, I think.
Yep.
Right, those bullet points are looking good. And we did, we got scrying here as well. One of these has got italics in it. We've got italics. And here you can see right justified. Right? So we got left justification, right justification, and center in the column. So all of that we did yesterday. We've essentially built a markdown engine in a day. Oh, one other thing that I did is if the spell requires concentration, I've got an icon showing up right up over here at the end. This indicates it requires concentration, and I cannot cast 2 spells that require concentration at the same time. I intend to put that same icon down here as well for the spells that require concentration. So that will be something that I'll try to do sometime in the future. However, today we've got something that I would describe as equally ambitious.
Okay.
That we're going to do. Yeah, Rory's like, you sure you want to be ambitious, Mark? We always get into trouble.
But it's the getting out of trouble that's the fun, right?
Yeah, I guess that's why we're here. So today, well, let's show you some data so you get a sense of what the problem space is and what we want to solve. Yeah, it's going to be a little crazy. By the way, Coding Gorilla, I don't think I acknowledged you out here. Was the Coding Gorilla was the next one out here. Good to have you with us, Coding Gorilla. Let's go into spells. Let's go into, features. Features. There we go. This feature right here, Wild Surge Rage. This is the inspiration for today's show. Okay. We've got an expression engine that evaluates expressions like this that are tied to Dungeons and Dragons features, tied to Dungeons and Dragons spells, and also tied to Dungeons and Dragons items, which we don't really have any items in here yet, but they're tied to those things. And essentially what we have is these expressions are evaluated. They're like tied up to events, for example, like here when Wild Surge Rage, if I have a character with this feature, Wild Surge Rage, when that character completes a roll, this code is executed right here.
Yep.
Okay. The problem is this code is executed using an expression evaluation. Happy N7 day. What's that? I don't know what's going on. November 7th? Is that it?
Yeah, that would sound right.
This is the show where we basically get to hear me shout out. I don't know what that means. Like, what's that? What? I don't even. I brought up a new thing. What was I going to do? Do you remember what I was going to do when I brought up a new tab?
A new tab? No.
I had French fries last night. I think my mind's slightly polluted by the carbs. Yeah, I was cheating on my keto diet. Well, we'll stay here for a minute. Oh wait, I know where I was going. I know where I was going. Here it goes. What was your guess?
I was going to go that we were heading off to D&D Beyond to
No.
check some specific.
I'm going to here. This is my expression evaluator that I brought in using NuGet. I kind of liked it because it gave me what I wanted, a script evaluate method, right? That I could go in and I could say, hey, here's a multi-line sequence of code I want to run. And it gave me interpolated string evaluation as well, which I use like crazy in here. Over in properties over here, we're all over the place with these interpolated strings, popping them in there like this, right? And so it's sweet. We can define the rules of Dungeons and Dragons relatively easily, right? Really have great sense of rules in here, and even control where, set up the boundary between where we do things automatic, where we roll the dice automatically for you, or we pass it off to the dungeon master. So for example, here in the features, one of the features we have, or one of the lines of code we can put inside of the here is add reminder. And that reminder can tick off at a particular time, like in 1 round from now, right? Or a minute from now, or whatever that is. And so that reminder will pop up. The the dungeon master will see it. By the way, all of these messages are coming up in a chat room. What I want to do is I want to tie in, I want to be able to put in icons for some of these messages. Right, so I want to be able to, like a reminder message. I might have something like, oh, is this my light over here? I'm sorry for that, guys and girls and folks and everyone. Let's do this. Let's move my camera a little bit. Whoa, I assume you can still hear me.
Yes.
But I think I just lost my camera. Hold on, let's see if I can get it back. This might take a moment.
Yeah, for what it's worth, you're still on the stream in terms of vocally as well.
Yeah, no, I got that. I just moved my camera the slightest bit. And let's go in and reset it. Yeah, I'm using a DSLR on this. And I think I have to switch over. You're going to see behind the scenes kid for a second. Or actually, let's do this. That won't be so bad. I've got just a second camera I can switch to. And let's go back to the Camlink 4K. Oh, we're back. It's not bad. You want to see the scene I was going to give you, the behind the scenes shot? It's my other webcam. It's this one over here. Here, the whole thing's going to break down. The whole illusion is going to be like, oh my gosh, what the heck's going on? Is he like got, is that aluminum foil right there blocking out the windows? This guy's here. I thought he was a professional. No.
You're not just a disembodied head.
I'm in a room I'm not just a disembodied head. I'm in a room in my place in Costa Rica. So, all right. So what do I want to do? I want to be able to step through this code.
That's right. You were talking about a full-on debugging experience.
I know.
And we would say, well, that's ambitious.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, I've been thinking about it for a couple of days, not thinking about it in good ways where I'm designing stuff, but in excited ways like, oh, I can't wait to get into trouble on this one, because this baby is if we are lucky, we will have something working.
So just to be on the safe side, you have saved everything, you've checked everything in. We have a nice, fresh start point.
That's a great point. We do. In fact, I haven't put a tag in yet. What's today's episode number? Do you have that in front of you, Rory?
185.
Okay. Let me check that in. Let me put a tag in here for episode 185, begin.
Because I've done this before, right? I've said, I've got this great idea. How about we sort of charge in a direction. Sometimes it doesn't work out quite as great as I was thinking. It's a little hard to find your way back if you don't have that line in the sand.
You know what I like to do, though, is I like to do that without version control. It's the same way I like to drive my car close to the edge of the cliff. It is, I'm looking for that thrill kind of thing. I invented, when I was younger, I used to do this
Safety
talk.
nets are beyond you, yeah?
Yeah, I used to do this kind of comedy talk for developers, and in it, I was showing a product. They're all fictitious products that I'd created, but one of them was just beautiful conceptually. And when I demonstrated it, it didn't do well because the sound, they didn't have a way for me to get sound out. I didn't prep it in advance and say I need to be able to push sound out. And so when I was there, I have an audience of like 1,500 people in front of me and no sound on this, what you're about to hear described. But it was brilliant, and it was basically, what's the problem with video games today? And the problem is there's no real jeopardy. What's the problem with version control systems? Well, they're just not fun. So what I've done is I've combined the two together, and I'll show you what I mean. And so I say, okay, so we've made some changes. Now it's time to check in the code. And then boom, I'm in a full screen first person shooter game. And I'm actually moving through it with another partner it's multiplayer, and we're going through together, and it's on the screen, but no sound, unfortunately. And if you've ever played a game with it completely muted, it's kind of like oh, that's interesting to look at. And we go through, we're fighting life-size bugs. And by the way, everybody knows that if we die, all the work we've done gets deleted.
It's like a game where the first thing it asks you is, right, please nominate the location of all your sensitive files.
Yes.
We will be destroying them as and when you get hit.
Yes, exactly. Because we want to put something really at stake here, right? Do you want to do this? Are you into the game or not? Are you serious about it?
Really have to commit now. Come on.
So this is Ray Konopka from the Delphi world over here, and so Ray and I are fighting off bugs. And I say this, and as I say this, I'm thinking, was he really with me, or was I just imagining that because I wanted to make it multiplayer and wasn't able to? I think he was with me. Yeah, he was. He was definitely with me. So, but we might have only been playing single player, but he was with me. Anyway, we're going through, and we fight off bugs. We're going through this kind of environment, and there's other kinds of creatures, and then finally we get to the end, and we see the check-in kind of place where we have to get through to check in the code. But it's right on the other side where we first see are these giant doors. Giant doors. They're going up like 200 feet up in the air. And prominently right on the ground in front of us is a giant red button. And it says, a little sign says, "Don't push." And this is all real. This all happened live in front of a bunch of people. And I'm like, Ray, the button. Look at the button. He's like, well, no, we got to check in the code. We're right here. I go, but there's a button right there. I really like to push buttons, Ray. And he's like, no. And I'm like, I'm going to push that button. And he's like, don't do it, Mark. I'm like, all right, you're right. And so I turn around, I walk with him, and then everybody sees my camera view, turn back around towards the button, run towards it. Because it's all first person, right? You don't see me. And you see me go to it, and then I hit the button, and then the door, you hear this, or you don't hear this, but that's what you would have heard if the sound had come out. The doors open up. It's like these giant King Kong doors, and Bill Gates comes out, and he's walking like this giant monster-like creature. And he opens up his jaw, and his jaw just stretches wide open, like big. And then these Windows logos shoot out of it right at us. So they're shooting the Windows logos at us. He's in the version I made. He's screaming. It's like amazing. And we're desperately trying to battle him so we can check in our code. And so I like to live on the edge a little bit. Well, hence the show. That's why we're doing it. That's also why at the start of every show I'm like, I have pretty much no idea how we're going to do this. I have done nothing in preparation other than look at the code to the expression engine a little bit. I've looked at the behind-the-scenes code inside of here to see if what my general idea for making this work could work. And I think it can. But also, there's a ton at risk here. Even though we've checked in all our code and we've put a tag out there and we could roll back, for me, the risk is not getting this to work, getting some sort of block. And I think there's probably about 4 or 5 places that could stop us cold. So we'll see what happens. Okay. All right. So with all of that said, one other thing. I took the expression engine and I downloaded this. And I made no changes to it. So this is I cloned and forked a copy of it. And by the way, I looked up the word forked, to just make sure I really understood everything that was going on and I was doing it the right way. Because I'm not really that guy who's deep inside of GitHub. So I'm just kind of working my way through that a little bit. With that said, I think we can create a new project. That's what I think I'm going to do first. So I'm going to start up an instance of Visual Studio 2019. I also kind of want to spec this out, to be honest. I haven't spec'd this out at all. I have a general view, idea of what this tool is going to look like. And let's bring up my favorite specking tool, PowerPoint.
Oh, yes.
And
Never before would I have used PowerPoint to spec anything out now, but you have me completely convinced.
it's the fastest at moving text around and putting it in position. There's no tool I've seen that can handle the text moves. Even my image editor can't do handle text as cleanly and as quickly as PowerPoint does. PowerPoint's got.
Microsoft need to get their salespeople looking at PowerPoint and your demos of it, because there's an entirely new avenue.
Look out! What's that? How'd this get in my show, Rory? What the?
Keep the window open.
That's it. Flew out the other window.
That's
Just in the house.
precision flying to go in and out of windows like that.
I know. I'm going to have you blasted through all the aluminum foil I had up there, blocking the light from the outside. So I'm seeing this show up as a tab over here. So I'm going to add my debugging tab somewhere over here, like there. Okay.
With the one more tab.
What'd you say?
If in doubt, one more tab.
Dude, are you like criticizing my button collection?
No. You are making. I mean, let's be clear, right? This is like the dashboard, not so much of a car, but of an airplane, right?
Right. Well, I will say this is not
We want all the dials and switches.
Yeah, this is also, though, we're going to clean this up. This is overkill right now because I've been testing. I wanted to put a lot of spells in, so I added a lot of spells that my player doesn't normally have. I incremented his level up to like level 20 when he's really a level 6 wizard. I did all this, though, but the other thing that's cool about this is it shows us where we're going with this UI and that it's not going to work. That what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to take Chaos Bolt, which has got like from level 3 to level 8, 5 different buttons, and turn it into one button right here. And one button that then drops down and lets me choose which level I want to fire it at, that sort of thing. So I'm going to have to do that to simplify these things.
Is there anything you could do with the character sheets to sort of replace that? So you interact with the character sheet to say, fire this.
It doesn't,
You've got a list of
ultimately,
spells somewhere, don't you?
yeah, ultimately it doesn't matter because the whole thing is really going to be controlled from the Stream Deck, right? I've got the master control here if the Stream Deck doesn't have buttons to support it, but ultimately you're just going to go in, like I think I should be able to do it right now. I'm going to Merkin, my character, hit actions, I'm going to hit Chaos Bolt 3 button. What are we on? We're on the Jetsam stream. I'm not sure why that didn't work, but I was totally expecting that to work. I've seen it work before in the past. Wait, let me do this. Switch to me. No, that's not working. I bet a refresh would get it, but I'm not going to do it. What happens if I do this? Why isn't that working? Let's go back over here. Nope, that didn't go through. Let's try again. There we go. Now go into actions. I'm hitting the button Chaos Bolt 3. That's how it's going to work. So there you can see Chaos Bolt 3. It's got 3d6 of damage. Prominent, large, big, larger font, different colors so it can be easily seen, yet it seems to fit the whole line pretty well. Baselines are not quite lined up, but it's not bad. And so I feel pretty good about that. So this is my diagnostics, full powered kind of thing. You can see over here on the left, we've got some diagnostics data already showing up here. This probably makes sense to move to that page maybe so we can see all the data. This is all the custom data that the expressions are adding to our characters, which is the nature of Dungeons and Dragons here. Whoops, let me click the hide scroll button here so you can see these here. Boom. But that's the nature of Dungeons and Dragons, right? I can have a creature with different features, and the features should add functionality, and the functionality might require data, so I need my features to be able to add custom data to my characters. Because it doesn't make sense for me to have, a universal character that has, 1,000 properties on it for all the different data types that are out there. Plus, it's not flexible. This is flexible. The engine could be changed from Dungeons and Dragons to something else. Jetsons was like, I thought MS Paint was a perfect specking tool. I get a little late to get that. Sorry about that, Jetsam. All right. So this data might move over, but I'm anticipating it's our own tab group out here. And is that all? I want to spec it out a little bit. What does that tab page look like? When in doubt, add a tab. So I don't know. I'm thinking there might be a box here. We'll have to do this again. This might be the space that we put it in. Let's change the fill, and let's say we want to do, and I'm thinking it's going to look, oh, you know what we've got here? We've got storyboarding. Let's pop over to storyboarding, shapes. No, where is it? Where's my button? Storyboard shapes, this one. Gives me a window. And now I can, do some kind of clever things out here. There's a list, pop it in here. So I think I want a list of spells. What do I have to do? I double click it. Yeah, the drag used to work, but now I got to double click it apparently to bring it in. So I've got these different elements here. So I think there's going to be something here for spells, something for features, and something for something else. So let's go click over here. Let's add the word add the word spells, like this. And down here, this one's going to be features, like this. And then this one's going to be something else, whatever this other thing is, miscellaneous, maybe like that. Okay. And then over here, I guess, will be something called events, like this. And the events might be the events here will be correspond to whatever the events are of that element right there, the spell, the feature, or whatever. So, for example, here it might be on player roles. We were just looking at that. Player roles, for example, will show up here. And then what's another one from our data? Let's go look at that. On role complete. Oh, sorry, that's what it was. On player saves. Like that. And then on roll complete. So we've got all of these events will be here. Okay. And then what I want to be able to do is on any of these events, I want to be able to set a breakpoint, right? And so what will happen is there'll be an indicator here if there's a breakpoint, like this. Now, I was also, by the way, thinking about something slightly different. I was thinking about, hold on, see if you like this instead. I was thinking about, like, say, for example, Chaos Bolt. So the spells, and these would be the spells of whatever character is selected.
Yes,
okay?
Very context sensitive.
So Chaos Bolt, imagine Chaos Bolt here, and then all of its events are listed underneath like a tree view. Right? So I could open it up and choose the event I want. Then that kills this and gets rid of this. A little more interaction, right? I have to now click, click. It's an extra click. This is one fewer, but it does give me this whole right side here for, in fact, I could combine in a single piece my spells, my features, my miscellaneous stuff, and with filtering on above. I almost feel like I should do it. The problem is, if I go with a tree view, I have some conflict because I want to use the DevExpress tree view, but I don't think I have it installed on my machine. So I'd have to install it and download it, and plus there would be, I'm not exactly sure about that, but it'd be like that would be the DevExpress thing to do, because I don't know if you know this or not, but
DevExpress.
That's all it needs to be said. DevExpress, because DevExpress makes
CodeRushed.
That's right. What did I say?
CodeRushed.
That's right. So anyway.
And of course, many other awesome things too.
Yeah, many other awesome things as well, including this awesome tree view. But I'm like, do I want this to be a show about me learning how to use a tree view? I really don't. And so if I use the list boxes, I can nail it pretty quickly. So I'm thinking, yeah, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use the list boxes is what I'm going to do. Let's pop that. Wait, let's not do that. Let's do... Can I adjust the size like this? That's not bad. Okay, so I've got events here. Let's make this smaller.
So you've got a list of spells. You pick one of them. Then a list of events that are relevant for that show up, and you're going to nominate one that you want to break points in.
Kind of, but what I really want to do, though, no outline. Let's change the fill here to red so it looks like a real breakpoint. I want to allow a click on here to set a breakpoint at the start of the event because I want it to be simple and easy. But I also want, when I have the code, I'm going to put the code right down here. Really? What? Wait. What? Oh, I want this. I want to draw a box first. I want to put the code in here. Now, we're not going to syntax highlight it for folks who are like, come on, Mark. Hoping
next
that,
week's feature.
yeah, hoping I could do all this in a day. Not going to syntax highlight today. And I want the code here. And let's just take this code and paste it in because, that's kind of what we're talking about putting in here. Yeah. So we're going to put that in there. Let's change the alignment left. Let's change the color black. Let's change the font to have Consolus in here like that. Let's drop it down in size. And oh, really? Oh, yeah, it's right. I forgot. We have this problem in terms of pasting code inside this app. It kills my indentation if I'm pasting this in, depending on what my source is. So I kind of have to redo it, put the carriage return line feeds in, that sort of thing, to make it look like I want it to look. Anyway, I don't know. I'll do this a little bit so we don't have the overlap, and it's kind of like that.
Can you copy it and paste it sort of into something like Notepad first, and then when you copy it from there, is it any better?
I don't know. Let's try it. I don't think so. I've tried this with regular code a lot of times, and I've had no good results. I actually had to write my own tool to support pasting into PowerPoint. Ooh, that's better. Look at you, brilliant guy. All right, so let's do that. All right, so we've got this kind of a thing. So we've got code in here. And then in this code, guess what I want to do? I want to set breakpoints here.
Okay.
Like anybody who's like, I don't know, I feel like anyone who's like, got a sense of how hard it is to do this stuff is probably at this point screaming, no way. In fact, you're wasting valuable time specking this out, Mark, because you need a lot of time to do this, is what I think. I think everybody's, I don't know, that's my sense on this, is this is going to be pretty challenging.
The process of you specking it out actually quite interesting, because you do have a nice way of breaking down a problem. And the more you break down a problem, the more you see that it is composed of maybe workable pieces. So this is valuable. This is worthy of being done.
Good. Okay, set proofing language. Do not check spelling. Go. There we go. So that's kind of what we're looking at. I want to be able to set it. So what do we have to be able to do? This is like also where it's really good to be inside of in this world, because what do we have to do? What do we want to support? Maybe it's better to just say supporting what? Like this. And so one of the things we want to support, well, we want to support breakpoint.
Yeah.
That
that we run everything up until whenever the breakpoint is, and then we stop. Pause.
That means we need to track our execution pointer.
Yep.
Right? Which also means, in other words, if I'm on line, 1, and I got a breakpoint on line 1, and it's a for loop, and I go down into the for loop, and then I come back onto line 1 again, I need to break again. Which means if I'm tracking the execution pointer, I need to know where the last line I was on right before. Now, if I have a breakpoint on line 1 and it's got multiple breaking points on line 1, like it's an if statement, and maybe it's got a whole bunch of stuff on the line, right? If I'm breaking on line 1, that execution pointer's also got to track where it is on the line. So that means I need either an offset or a line column pair, and I need to reliably track movement, reliably understand position and change, reliably understand position changes to position.
Hoping to be able to track sub-expressions, for example?
Yes, I want to be able to break on a sub-expression. In other words, I want to be able to. So this is crazy. This is maybe crazy, right? But what do we do on the show that's not crazy? I want to come in here and I want to be able to say, like, what's an example in here? Like here, well, wait, I want to do something with, okay, maybe,
Nested expression of some kind.
yeah, there
so
are
many
some
there.
here, but I'm looking for something, like, I don't know, I guess I want to break here.
Well,
Okay.
a lot of the things on the page there are actually sub-expressions without us realizing. A barbarian wild surge is
Yeah.
technically a thing,
It is.
which you'll have to be able to go into.
Yeah, so I want to be able to break here on Barbarian Wild Surge or break here. And maybe this is not the UI. Maybe the UI for indicating a breakpoint is traditional round circle at the beginning of the line, or if we're going to break on something else, we basically come in and it's like this. Our breakpoint is indicated like this, which I kind of like. So if I'm breaking on get roll, it's going to look like this, right? I actually like this spec out a little bit more. I feel like we're actually about to invent a better way to visualize breakpoints in Visual Studio. Hope the Visual Studio team is watching.
Which is this feeds back into CodeRushed.
Yeah, I hope the Visual Studio team is either watching or working on that feature I sent you and are building that. So anyway, that's, I think, a better way to visualize my breakpoint, right? It's way better. So that's kind of what I want, I think. I want to get rid of this because it's distracting me here. I would have an option to turn off word. Oh, I know. I can just do this. Oh, but it doesn't. Yeah. Maybe I'll do this. I'm going to do this to make everything really long because I'm not going to have any word wrap in this piece. I will have and then I'm going to come in, I don't know, with this. And that's going to be fill that white and no outline. And then kind of that. And then duplicate that. Hold on 1 second. I have to communicate with someone downstairs. Just a second. Okay, sorry about that. I'm back. This is the piece I just pasted. Is that right or no?
Bennett is in the house.
Will, how are you doing, buddy? Glad to have you here. I got a kid traveling today, and I just heard Karen downstairs say, "You don't have your debit card with you?" I'm like, "Oh no, that's not good." I don't know. Something I'm just like kind of blocking this a little bit. The idea is that I just want to, maybe I'll do that, like that. Okay. So anyway, there's something like that. That's kind of what it looks like. Is we've got the ability to put breakpoints in here, and put them on a line, put them on a call. It's going to be brilliant if it works. Right? Okay, that's kind of it. It's not bad. It's not bad. Okay.
Make it go.
All right. Well, and now you know what I want to do? Oh, did I totally blow over Will Bennett's intro? Math confuses him. Cells divide you. Wait, cells divide and you end up with more cells. Huh? Say what now? Doesn't matter. His brain cells always divide by 0. That's so awesome. Reminds me of the time we built Flappy and Crane with the kids. We invented 2 new math symbols. That one for one that was for near 0, and the other. We got to talk. Okay, hold on 1 second.
Oh, sorry.
Hold on. I'm gonna mute my mic so that we can talk.
The phone.
Got some drama here, kids.
Sorry.
See what's going on.
All right. Do you want to just watch your phone?
Will Bennett's got an interpretation of this.
What?
He says, Mark says, "I don't want to." Karen says, "But you must." Mark says, "You can't make me." Karen, "Group up, Mark." Grow up, I think he means. Maybe, I'm not sure. Will Bennett, lip reading skills. Oh, okay. That could work. I like to say what's happening too when I can't tell. What's happening? No, we got a kid who needs a remote credit card is what's happening right now. But I think you got it. Do you got it, baby?
Yeah.
She's got it. She's got it. She's going to come back. We may come back.
I don't got it.
You got lots of ways to pay, too. Call upon the... ask for the universe for help.
Shut up. Are you hippie shaming me?
I'm not hippie shaming you.
You're hippie shaming me. You know what? Forget it. I'm not. Essential oils are dead to you.
She's so that's so funny. Yeah. So no, I'm just saying, call on the universe. So for years, Karen, her mom, when she was growing up, her mom would say, the universe is always taking care of you. You get into the most messed up situations and the universe just rescues you, helps you out. So, all right. So anyway, we'll see what's happening.
There's been quite a lot of, what would you say? You can't just hope that the universe will fix it all for you. You have to put some effort in yourself.
That's what most people experience, but Karen does not magically. The universe just helps her at all times, which I love. But you know, it could be changing too. It could be changing, right? All right. So let's close this down. Let's see what we can do. Well, let's do two things. Let's start doing a little UI work. And I've also got this instance of Visual Studio. And I'm going to say create a new project. And it's going to be class library, .NET framework. I think. Feels good to me. I'm assuming that's what the other piece is. Do I have there, I can throw it in the Mr. Announcer bot. Oh, wait. Hold on. Back. I've already got this. This is the project I forked. So let's get that instead. Where's my Visual Studio instance? Did it not open because I hit that X button?
Are we putting our what are you about to build? You're about to build the fresh debugging UI, which maybe goes in our existing project. Or
yes.
You're about to build the innards of it, which go in the forked project.
I'm going to do both kind of simultaneously as best that I can. I'm going to say open project solution.
And he says yes.
Yeah, exactly. There's my beer demo right there. That's exciting. All right. CodeRushed Alpha comes in there.
That's good.
Yeah, nice icon you got there, buddy. Oh, I didn't finish what I was saying about icons. I want to find or create some icons that are perfect for the UI. Since the UI is going to be chat messages coming that the Dungeon Master is going to see, when there's a reminder, I want to have a reminder icon. When there's a warning or a question, I want to have something to get their attention. If it's a dice roll, I want to get a dice roll icon.
To indicate kind of the importance or the theme or the style.
Right.
The summary meaning, as it were, behind the message.
Yes, but I'm not sure how to get access to all these icons. I think I may have to subscribe to other channels, or I might have to create them. I'm not sure. I don't think I get to create a lot until I get a bunch of followers. So I'm not exactly sure how to solve this yet, but it's on my list. I totally want to do it. So maybe a few kids out there who know how to do this. How do I get a bunch of icons that are like related to UI? Is there a place out there that can give me a whole bunch of icons I can use if I follow them? Let me know. All right, so let's go. What's this? Assets, announcer guy. Okay, we're close. Twitch, CodeRushed, Mr. Announcer Bot. And in here, we got the expression engine. Boom. Okay.
Right, let's just clear up the icon thing, because I'm seeing a couple of items in the chat room here talking about Font Awesome, or maybe that there are some in Visual Studio, but aren't you talking about the kind of icons that people throw into this chat room?
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Rather than sort of in a dialogue or on a screen.
Right.
So you want these to show up in a Twitch stream.
Yes, exactly. So like, for example, how do I get it in?
Codebase Alpha is out there.
I've never done this before. What do? I just type in CodeRushed Mark. Yeah, that's it. That's all I do. That's what I'm looking for. So I'm looking for a bunch of icons that I can use for UI out there in the world. And I'm not sure how to do it. I think I need to subscribe.
I was talking about BTTV.
Okay. I'll look at that.
Better Twitch TV.
Can you actually look up that for me and see what you got? All right. So here it is, kids. This is the Coding Seb Expression Evaluator. This is what we're using. It consists of a bunch of tests, I don't know what this is. A try window right here. Interesting. Looks cool. Looks like some XAML. Might set that as my startup project, like that. Here's the thing that's a little frightening. You ready? Are you ready, Rory?
Go on then.
This is the
one file.
Yeah, there you go.
Hang on.
It's one file, Rory.
At the moment, doesn't appear to be very large because the scroll bar obviously doesn't go very far. Oh,
Yeah.
but below there are regions which might have more code in.
That's probably the best.
How many lines of code does that say?
Yeah,
400.
3,500. 4,000 lines almost.
Nearly 4,000 lines of code. Okay.
Also, I just want to point out that that word use of the word low was probably the most appropriate fitting use of the word low I've ever heard in my life. Low, look at all of that. So, yeah, we've got a bunch of stuff.
Suggestion in the chat room that I am very quiet. Maybe
Oh,
I'm hunting
shoot.
wabbits.
No, thanks very much, guys. That's my fault. I got to crank him up. Funny part, 4,000 lines of code in a partial class. Yeah, I don't know why it's partial. If I come in here and hit tab, nobody else has got it. I think it's partial because, I'm just going to tab to next reference in here. I think it's partial because they wanted to make it easy for you in another assembly maybe to create the other partial, I think. Or maybe at one point it was partial and he forgot to take it out. I don't know. But the other frightening thing that occurs as you start looking through this is, oh my goodness, this is all regex kind of stuff. Right now we're in the test cases here. Okay, so it's mostly loads of references in the test cases.
There are test cases.
Yeah, but we don't get any other, there's no other partial that I've been able to find in here. In fact, we could probably do a search here for partial class expression evaluator throughout the entire solution, which I'm doing right now. Find all. And, oh, nope, we don't get it. That's it, just 3.
Just
right there.
Two derived exceptions. Which is
Yeah,
all that
these
is.
are not the same thing. We get 3 hits, but there's only 1 partial class there. So I'm not sure what the strategy is on that. We've also got a license misspelling here. I'm going to correct that, I think, is what I'm going to do. Do we have, the last time I checked, my spell checker was not working in here. It's one of the, whoops, that's not right.
Yep.
It's this one, the other one. Thanks, Rory. At least my spell checker is going to come in and say, okay, you're okay now.
I agree
Isn't
with
it?
Will Bennett. I
Yeah.
don't think either that you can extend a partial class in another assembly.
Okay, yeah, that would be kind of a bad thing to do. So I don't know what's going on. So we've got a bunch of regex, okay? And
All the wow.
yeah, so in other words, I did the test on this, right? I evaluated it, and I was pretty dang satisfied. We've got our game is relying on this. It's slow, right? We notice performance issues, but they're not killer. They're not deal-breaking performance issues. They're not, because all of these are happening in UI, what I call UI time, which is, you click and then you wait for the result. So it's in other words, if it takes a second after you click, that's totally okay because everything else is going quickly and fast. You can do extension methods though. Would those help? No, I've decided based on what I looked at. And so let's do this actually. So I open this up as its own, but what I think I want to do is I want to go to my D&D app and I want to add it as a project here as well, because I want to be able to kind of navigate through, because I actually have to break my NuGet link to the expression evaluator and instead add one to this forked project. That's my take on it. So let's add an existing project. Mr. Announcer Bot, and it's the expression engine. And why don't we have the projects here? I guess I have to jump in here. I guess I'll do that. Oh, because the solution's out there. This is all okay actually, because now if we do tab to next reference, we're in much better shape because you're going to see. Let's open it up. We'll do this again. Tab to next reference here should yield no results. Does it? Wait, how did we get? Oh, we're still in the same file. Okay, that's good. That's good.
So
That's
it's a
good.
self-referential.
Yeah,
class.
that's okay. I thought we might be out in the test cases or somewhere else. We're still in the same file. Okay, wait, hold on. Ooh, we're getting here. So this is interesting to me because, wait. Where are we? Hold on. D&D spell property. That's over in our D&D core, I think. D&D core, it's got a dependency on this guy. We want to remove this. Can I remove it from here? Is this safe to do? Anybody know? Can I just do that? instead of going to the, manage NuGet packages and uninstall? Is this going to be an uninstall?
I mean, Studio put the menu item there for you. They expected that somebody was going to do it, right?
Yeah, it's got to.
There must be a purpose for it.
Okay, so now let's add a dependency on the other project now. Dependency add reference. And let's grab from the project. And we're going to get that piece right there. And click OK. And now at this point, I just want to run all the test cases and see what happens. Right?
Okay.
Everything should be, right? You're like, okay, if you want to do it the right way, Mark.
They ran correctly before you did that, right?
Rory, we don't check these kinds of things. We don't need these kinds of tests. We're just going to go do it.
Okay, fair enough. Let's go.
We're running on the edge. We're driving near the edge of that cliff, right?
Running with scissors.
We're going forwards with...
Force and ignorance.
That's what we're going forwards with, kids. Brute force and ignorance.
What could possibly go wrong?
Let's see, we've passed 8 tests so far. Nothing failed. We might have failures because of data. Because I've been messing with data out there. You fell over the edge a long time ago. Everything's safe until it's not. All right. Yeah, it's a little crazy what we're doing today. Okay, well, we got a function test failing. Test level, that's okay. This is okay. Because Ava, I bumped her up to level 20. So that's a data test, data-driven test. We might have some problems here. Test player load, what are we doing here? Yep, his level is no longer level 6 as well.
But there's a lot of tests passing, and I feel like if this didn't work at all, excuse me, then we would have a lot more tests failing. A lot more.
Test race class, what's going on over here? Yep, it's all about the level, and which we can actually fix in the data soon. So everything passed but 3, and they're all level-based tests. We can actually fix that pretty quickly by going into players here and go to the level. Here's the thing that I messed up right here. Change this to 6, this to 6, and this to 6. And let's, while we're at it, should we fix the spells as well, since we kind of rocked on that, and get rid of all the extra spells I gave. Chill touch is the first one that I have that's normal. And Ava's first one is heroism, no, cure wounds. And that's it. So we've done that. Now let's export the data out. Let me right click this and say open a new window. And meanwhile, let's overwrite the player's file, replace it. Then in my new window, I'm going to take all of these, drag them up into old, like that. And then just to make everybody a little less nervous, I do this when driving near the edge of the cliff too, is I'm just going to pull in a little bit, right? A little away from the edge of the cliff by coming in here and saying run all tests. Oh, wait a second.
Dude, check out the chat room.
Isn't the reference to the package still going to be in the project file, and it will just be restored on the build?
Possibly. But isn't that reference the thing that we just deleted it? I mean, this is representative of the project, right? We could go look to be sure. But
tell me about, hold on, I'm distracted by something else. Whoa. Test level failed? Did I not copy it over? I thought I copied it over. Didn't we see me drag all these over? What level did it think we were at here? It's 20. It's getting the old data.
yeah, something didn't work, yeah.
I thought I dragged all these in. Didn't I do that? Oh, wait, that's in old. I see what I did. I wanted to go, whoops. Undo.
All
Data
hail
short.
Undo.
Undo does not get rid of this guy right here, though. Okay, what I thought I did was something. I thought I did this. This is what I failed to do. Okay, there. Replace the files. I just saw a bug though, a hard to reproduce bug inside of here. It's happening right now. Look at this.
Oh yeah.
See this?
So the parent still thinks there are child tests running.
Yes. I reported this a couple days ago, and the devs are like, "You got steps to reproduce?" And I'm like, I do now, suckers. I don't know if I can say that on the show or not. I do now, suckers. I can say it like that with a soft R. All right, so let's see here. I'm going to hit the issue start button. That's going to start marking it. All right, folks who are arriving now, you actually got to go back to see steps to reproduce. I basically started up this instance, ran the project, closed the project down, ran the project a second time, closed it down a second time, then I ran my test cases. So if you go back like 5 minutes from this point, rewind about 5 minutes, you're going to see before this started showing up right here, where I've got that icon right there. Okay, so maybe you'll find steps to reproduce here. And now with that, let's do my bug end piece. And let's go in there and we're going to say, we're going to send the log files, test runner icon. And this is why we're doing this show live, kids, so that we can report bugs, find, do feature requests, all kinds of things while we're running here. Test runner icon is still running after the test run, like that. Also, Rory, so I'm going to hit that chat button to send that out. Can you get them also, or you know what, I'm going to just reply to the email.
Sure.
Get them a link to here so they can get episode 185 begin. That'll give them all that source code that they need, hopefully, to be able to duplicate that. I just put that out there as well. Okay. All right. So now if we'd run the test cases one more time, and I don't know, and the stop button's not there, notice as well. So it thinks it's done, but it's still got an icon showing that it's going. So anyway, they said that was a hard to reproduce issue. Hopefully they'll see whatever I did, or they'll be able to do it. Did the changes to the time formatting for the issue reporting work? I'm going to say they did, Will Bennett, because I've reported, I think, 2 issues since, and I haven't seen the problem. So it's got to happen. That one happened, I think, before we hit 10 minutes after the hour. So it was at 09, which was the time when we were getting the problems before. So yeah, Will helped us out. You can see that over in our Mr. Announcer Bot project. Whoops, not there. Down over here. And it's in, I think we put that in Mr. Announcer Bot. I think. Yeah. Here's the method name. I don't know. What do you think about this method name, Will? I don't know. Kind of feeling it a little bit there. Yeah. That's Will's fix right here. We were having some problems. Will gave us the fix. Like I say, he's the best. That is, Rory, you're good, but Will's the best.
Oh, I'd certainly bow to Will's particular knowledge in this kind of stuff. Definitely.
And I think the full set of friends is, I'm okay, but Rory's good and Will's the best. It goes like that kind of a thing. That's how it is. So, so let's go back over here. We got 103 tests passing. See that, Rory? Are you happy now, buddy? Are you
happy. That's
okay?
Really good.
We're not driving so close.
We do need to look into Will's suggestion that perhaps the act of building all of that just put back the package that we had before. So let's go have a look at what you deleted and see, has it retained its structure? Okay, that seems.
So this is our test, right? We're looking at here.
Good. So there's nothing under NuGet for the expression evaluator as there previously had been, and it is there as a project reference to what you built, right? Yeah.
By the way, is there source code to this zoom it? I want to totally give this a soft edge around the line here. Because I think I kind of want to zoom in on the zoom it even more. Hold on, can I do this? Can I do this and then zoom in even more? Yeah, I can. But it's moving my mouse. I don't like that. Oh, because it's the spot I zoomed. So if I do this, will I then come in here? Okay, there we go. I want that hard edge turned to a softer edge, anti-aliased edge. All right, so anyway, okay, so we've done a whole bunch of nothing so far, except for now we could actually step through the expression evaluator. But I don't want to do that. I don't want to actually step into it. I want to do some other stuff. And actually, the thing is, I said this is what I want to do today, but I actually have a bunch of ideas on things that we can do to do some really cool things. Like, I believe that we can come in, hit a button on the UI, and be inside C# code, right? So not only, in other words, we can conditional. We can set breakpoints from our UI and get at key points that we might be interested in. For example, in the UI spec, right here, like Barbarian Wild Surge,
Yep.
right? That's a property. That's a property that's defined over here on the properties page. Oh no, sorry, that's not. Git roll, Barbarian Wild Surge. That is, oh wait, hold on. What is going on with that? Why isn't that in quotes? That's weird that may be the problem, is that may be a bug right there. Hold on. That should totally be in quotes. This should be in quotes. Let me give a different example. Well, here, wild necrotic surge. No, that's not a good example. Hold on. Here's an example. Here's a good example of what I'm talking about. Let's say our breakpoint was on tell DM right here. We could have one more checkbox off to the side that shows up off to the side. Got to double click it. Is that right? Yeah. And the checkbox says break into C#. Right? So I say I want to hook into tell DM, and then it's going to say break into C#. And then what's going to happen is this is crazy clever, and I love what we can do. But what will happen, I'll show you how we're going to do it. I won't do it now. But what will happen is if that's checked, and on this breakpoint, instead of stopping here in the UI, or we stop in the UI, but then we also simultaneously bring up Visual Studio, and we're in the tell DM function is where I want to be, which is over in my D&D core, inside expressions, functions. We are all of a sudden in this function here.
Okay.
It's going to be like magic. And you're going to be like, what? How are you doing it? But it's going to be so awesome for debugging, right? I'm trying to make this so that we can be where we want to be and understand and explore, because we don't have a debugger, right, for this. We don't have a debugger. And I want a debugger for this. And that's kind of where we are. That's kind of the goal. So it looks like we have got the expression evaluator linked in and is a part of our project. That also means we could probably set a breakpoint in here. And let's do this. Let's go first to our expressions class. This is our wrapper for it. Let's put a breakpoint inside of here and see if we can step into it. Let's just run. As part of starting up, I think we may even get in here, if not here after we hit initialize player data. But we should come in here pretty quickly, and let's step in and see what happens. And then I'll show you how tricky it is. Whoa. Breakpoints will not be it. Yeah, I've never seen this before. But I would definitely describe that as a degraded debugging experience.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, that's kind of cool UI. I'm going to just I'm going to look at that a little more carefully. I'm going to just put that in an image editing program here in a second here, so I can come back to that later and look at that. Oh, there it is right there. Just pasted that in there. Okay, let's stop debugging and turn on the debug release of that guy. So we're going to come out over here. Wait, where is it? Didn't I add this? Oh, there it is. It's under coding sub. Coding sub right there. What do I need to do here? Is it, there's manage,
You
it's
can
not
go
that.
to properties possibly of the project.
I'm in the solution. I think there's a build, startup, multiple startup projects. That's what I was thinking. Okay, yeah, you're right. I'm going to go in here. Properties. And
Get it debug or build. Sounds good.
Says active is
Just
debug.
Find debug, yeah.
Let's rebuild it. Is that my problem? I don't know.
Well, we can try running through again, and I guess the message will pop up again, if that's not it.
I need a debug version of the DLL. But
We
I
did
feel like I
link
should have it by building.
to the project. That should be fine.
Yeah. Stop
But it's
debugging.
not.
Okay, so
Debugging a release build using just my code.
yeah, I don't quite get that. I'm not an expert on this. You know what I am an expert on though, Rory?
What's that?
I can tell when somebody's making bacon downstairs.
Ooh, that's a skill. That's a useful skill.
So, what do we got? I feel like that's what we're linking to. And that sure looks like a debug. How do we tell what we're linking to? Maybe it is not. Maybe there's another project out here that's referencing that. Is that my problem?
Oh, there we go. Yeah, that would make sense.
Let's remove that. And then let's go add reference. And let's do the project and get this one from it. Okay, that might be it. Anything else I need to worry about? D&D UI should not have any references to the expression engine. Nope. I feel like we might be closer. Let's see what happens if we run it now. Is that the thing?
Look at the chat room. Will it was trying to draw attention to exactly that. Other projects referencing through project references or NuGet for that matter.
Yeah.
But yes, that's what we've gone through and hopefully clear.
That looks okay. That was it. Thanks, Will. Will, you're awesome. All right, so let's click this button. That should get our breakpoint. And let's see if we can step in. Okay, here we are. All right, kids. So this is this kind of opening kind of receiver piece. Because we're about to go into a recursively called function called script evaluate. So the prep I did for the show was to look at this code enough to see to see this. And there's one other piece that I discovered in this process we'll see in a second. So script evaluate is here. Go inside, and now we're in script evaluate. Let me just tab to next reference on this guy so you can see what's going on. If we have a list of if statements, we go in and call script evaluate on it. If we've got some try statements, we go in and do script evaluate on it. And what the hell is it? Sorry, whoa. What the heck is this? It's a catch, and we're going to go in there and script evaluate the catch statement as well inside of there, and the finally, right? So we're basically, hey, if there's an exception thrown in there, we're going to go in and grab that exception. It's all kind of very clever, right? It's not bad, but there's no execution pointer in this code. There's nothing at all. The good news is, though, we can step into it, and I'm pretty happy about that. Okay, I'm just going to keep running this thing. I'm going to clear my breakpoint. I'm going to shut everything down. And we're going to talk about how do we get an expression pointer in here. This is a little tricky. This is going to involve some thought. Rory, start thinking because we've got to solve this. So this is a key decision we need to make right now. It's either got to be an offset into the string or a line column pair. It's got to be an offset or a line column pair. Now, if it is, regardless of what this is, if it's a line column pair, I almost feel like it should be a line column pair because from a human standpoint, that makes sense to, that's a easy thing for us to think of and to it's human readable as we're debugging. So, so line column pair is human readable. We have
it's
a problem.
Interesting. The current understanding of how we would use Studio to do this is we have, as you say, a pointer to where we are, but it doesn't really indicate a point so much as it does an entire line most of the time.
Yep.
So it actually has a start and an end.
Yeah.
Although it's sort of naturally 0 and 80 kind of thing.
Yeah.
But if you've got like lambdas going on, then it sort of jumps inside of that. So
Yep.
it's more than a single point. It's sort of a wrapped container.
Yeah.
I wonder, does the current, the most recently, if you consider that script evaluate function has, a thing it is script evaluating, if we were to maintain a stack, each time we call that to put the thing it's just been told to evaluate on the stack, if we can somehow deduce the range of the thing it's been told about, does that become our pointer?
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking of. Is that there's something like that in that we have that we're going to our pointer. Let's maybe create a new page for our execution pointer. So we'll call this execution pointer. It's so much better when everything's right. Okay, and I think it is going to have a range, which means it's going to have a start and it's going to have a stop. Now, what about our breakpoint? In fact, maybe instead of creating a separate slide for breakpoint, let's do this important stuff like this. And let's come down here and we'll do execution pointer, range, start, and stop. And then we're going to come down here and say breakpoint. And it's going to have a start, which could be a line, column, or an offset, like that, line, column, or offset. And I think that might be it. And so the logic might be that if the breakpoint is contained by the execution pointer, then we stop. I think, yeah.
Yeah,
But
something
we
to do
got-
with the overlap of the two.
But we have to make sure that if we dive into something that we don't re-trigger the same breakpoint again. We have to make sure we don't come in twice on the execution pointer. If the breakpoint is on the execution pointer or is contained by
So the breakpoint itself maybe does have a sort of a single point, hence breakpoint. So as you cross from before the breakpoint into past the breakpoint, that's where you break. Okay, so then you delve into lower depths of nested expressions. You come back out and you arrive on the same line, but you are still post breakpoint. So now you don't stop again, even though I guess you may be stepping at that point.
All right, so let's start writing some code. Let's see what we do. This is what we do. We're just driving towards the cliff. Let's point towards the cliff and go. So script evaluate. This is recursively called. Inside script evaluate, we get a string passed in called script. When it's recursively called, I'm pretty sure we're passing out a smaller version of that script. Yeah, see, we're passing out here if script right here. And down here, there's our try statement thing we're passing out, whatever that is. Okay, so we're passing out portions of it. I think I want to do offsets internally. And maybe offer a function because even though lines and columns are more humanly readable, offsets are easier to deal with because we're not dealing with lines here. We're just dealing with the script. Okay? Which means I need to add a new parameter here. And that parameter is going to be the offset. So I'm going to, it's going to be of type int, and it's going to be offset. Okay? All right, so now, what's up here? That's going to be 0 for that one. This one is going to be offset because we're inside this one. I think on top of this being 3,000 lines long, I think it's one function long for the most part. Script evaluate starts here on line 941. Wait. What's happening to... Oh, I think it's just because we're making changes here. We're just going to say offset there. Oh, no. Look at that.
That's not nice.
We got a bug. Let's go take a look at that. Let's got to report that. Holy cow. Bug in add parameter is what this is. Let's see if we can duplicate it right here. All right, back up a little bit, kids. Take a look at this right here. Got some corruption in this file. I'm using this expression evaluator.cs file. Let me undo. Wow. So I think it had a problem with this line right here is what it looked like to me. And I'm not sure if it had problems with more lines there. Let's come back up and try again. Here's what I'm going to try and do. I'm adding a parameter here. What just happened? I just hit the button. It looks like I lost. Look at that. I'm losing focus. This is not good, kids. We got all kinds of problems. Add parameter goes away. Look at that. You don't want to, breaks all your, look at this, kids. Look what's just delivered to my desk here. It breaks all rules of feminism.
But fulfills many rules of awesomeism.
You call yourself a feminist? This is like a tub of bacon you brought me. This is like the equivalent of like, make me a sandwich and give me a beer, honey. You got nothing to say? I've never seen her. Look at that, though. Isn't that beautiful? Holy cow. I'm sharing that with all you kids. Have some bacon, guys. All right. She's doing her feminist dance right now, which is, I can't talk about because it's like a family show, but she's using her middle fingers in a certain way. All right. But we love you, Karen. We all love you. We love you so much. All right. I'm in the middle of a bug. Sorry about that, guys, developers watching this. Let's try one more time to duplicate it. I can't even try to duplicate it. That's how bad things are. You've got the log files. You can look at what happened in the corruption. This file right here, I think I can check this in right now, and let's see if we can do that. Is it seen? Nothing to commit. Oh, wait, that's here. Let's go here. Nothing to commit. I'm going to have to check in at the end of the show. I'm not seeing it here. I'll add it here later. Interesting that it's not seeing that folder because it's inside the others. Let me do a save like this of everything. Did maybe the solution not get saved? No, I don't know why. Okay, so I'm gonna have to start down and restart this right here. Shut down and restart D&D app. Let's do that, and we'll try and reproduce that way. All right, Rory.
Sorry, bud.
No worries.
Time again.
No worries. As usual.
I like where we're going, though.
All the awesome is going to happen just about now. I was biding my time. Nobody likes it when you're here, when the awesome is here. We love it when you're here, but we don't like the awesome plus you, because it takes away from your awesome. I think that's fair to say, right?
Wow, that was an interesting thought.
Well, Mr. AnnouncerBot will even agree with me, right?
He's awesome.
He's awesome, right? I mean, we could always
The chat room.
we could ask the chat room, but they know, don't they? Right?
Level up.
And besides, we don't need to ask the chat room because the chat room by themselves is.
The chat room is on fire.
That's right. Chat room's on fire. Thank you so much, Rory, for your
Awesome contribution.
We'll see you.
My pleasure, my friend. We'll
All right,
see
buddy.
you next week.
Next
Tuesday,
week.
Yeah?
Tuesday. See you on Tuesday.
See you then.
All right. What are we doing? We've got a restart here. We've got the expression evaluator up here. Got some flickering here, but it's not Visual Studio. Let me bring everything back here a second. We'll do that. Bring up Visual Studio. There it is right there. And what else do I need? That. Yeah. Rory is awesome for the show. Here's the expression evaluator. Let's use selection increase to get out of here. Still seeing flicker. Is that? Now this might be Visual Studio. Let's see if I've got it anywhere else. Because before I was seeing. This is selection increase. That's working now. Okay, now that's working. Okay. All right. So let's do selection increase. No, there it is right there. Got a second bug. All right, let me report that. This one is selection increase window flicker. Right there. And yeah, so here it is right here. Selection increase, selection increase. There it is. There's the flicker. And I don't think this is related to my driver. I'm seeing it flicker and then going away. I don't think it's a video driver related problem. I think it's related to this file. What else did I want to do? There was something else I wanted to do to check that. Oh, I know. There's an app I'm bringing up. There it is right there. I missed Will's comment earlier. I would ask you to mail some bacon to me, Karen, but I don't trust the mailman. All right. So let's do this again. Selection increase. I am seeing flicker here. What's going on with the flicker? Because I'm confused because I was seeing flicker before that was part of my class, and so, all right, let's go into script evaluate. Probably better to do this. Yeah, it's still flicker. All right, it's not. Looks like the flickering issue is my driver. That's not good. Before, I had a workaround where I could just go to the desktop when I saw the flickering and then bring everything back up a bit at a time. And it would stop the flicker. See one more time. What's going on here? Still here. I'm gonna shut it down and restart it one more time. This bacon is taunting me. All right. While we're starting up, should I grab a bite of bacon? Wow. This flicker is blowing my mind. Same problem with the menus. So it's not CodeRushed. It's something on my machine. I'm seeing a flicker. Oh, what's really interesting, holy cow, it's my monitor. Because if I look at the stream, there's no flicker on this on the stream. But my monitor, it's completely gone. That's stunning. Okay, well I can use the stream view to get the pieces I want. All right, I wonder if that works for the navigation window as well. Nope, it's flickering. It's flickering, but definitely it's better. I can see it here when I can't see it there. Yeah, it's not good. I'm not sure how to solve this. Let's go into display settings. What? Yeah, even my, okay, crazy, but my display settings window on my upper monitor is completely gone. Just to show you what I'm looking at here. Hold on a second. I'm going to take a picture of this whole setup here. And I'll show it to you to prove I'm not crazy. So we're slightly out of focus there. Whoops. There. So you can kind of see, this is my monitor. This is what's coming out on the stream. And that's my monitor, the same thing in the background there. And so I'm seeing the UI on one, but not on the other. Crazy. All right, I'm going to take one of the monitors and just move it a bit. And then click on apply. And look at that. That's, I was going to say it stopped it, but it did not actually stop it. Let's see, which cable is this? I wonder if unplugging that cable. I think it might be here. It's so crazy. If I unplug this is going to mess everything up though. I'm going to lose what I'm sending out to you, I think. All right, I'm going to, oh yeah, this flickering is absolutely crazy up above. All right, I'm going to do this. I'm going to try this, keeping my eyes down here below. I'm going to try and reproduce that bug. Oh wow, it showed up on the stream, but it showed up off to the side. add parameter. And we're going to go, this is going to be an int. And it's going to be called offset. And there's offset right there. I'm going to tab to next reference. And now these look good. It looks like it's not reproducible maybe. I'm going to change this to offset. And hit enter. And I thought this was expecting this to change everywhere. There's offset there. Oh, yeah, there's a problem. Yeah, okay. So I'm undoing this, undoing this. It looks like they'll be able to find that and duplicate it, so that part is good news. The downside is I'm not using CodeRushed to add a parameter, so I'll have to do it by hand. No, wait. No, I don't actually want that one. I don't want this here. Yeah, much harder to do this without the tooling. This is where I want it right here. So 0 here. Let's go into script evaluate. Oh, we don't find it anymore because, whoops, I meant for this to be script. Okay, this is going to be offset. All right, doing it by hand, a little, resigned to do that right there. There's my script evaluate, and I tabbed all these. I can, okay. So here, I'm going to just keep passing this in. Whoops, like that. Copy that to clipboard, and copy that to clipboard, copy that to clipboard, paste it from the clipboard. Yeah, it's a giant method, kids, filled with regular expressions. The cool thing is, though, it's a great edge case scenario for finding this bug, so I'm excited about that aspect of it. Okay. So now we want to move the offset. The offset's going to be our execution pointer. We want to move the offset. And we need to figure out what we're doing with the script. Okay. So I would contend that here, whenever we modify script, we're going to come in here, we're going to say offset plus equals start of expression. Can I set my tabs up to match these tabs only for this file? What's going on down here? Okay, set. All right. All right, let's just do this. So, because when I'm adding lines, it's formatting based on my settings, and I want it just for this file. So here we go. Offset plus equals start of expression. Let's keep looking where... Yeah, you know what? I don't want to do this. Let me undo this. Hold on a second. We'll be back here in a second. I've decided a better way to do this. I was convinced passing a parameter in here was the right way to go. But I'm going to do this instead. I'm doing this instead. I'm probably messing with this like crazy, putting tabs where there might have been spaces. Okay, there we go. All right, next. This is better. Now we're in script evaluate. Going to find that script, and everywhere the script start of it is modified, I'm going to come in here and I'm going to say execution pointer is equal plus equals the amount that we're taking off of the beginning. Like that. Or hold on. I've almost got a solution to this. I'm trying to work through. I was thinking about an extension method on string that was implemented by this, but extension methods have to be static, which means if I want to reference back to here, I can only have a single reference, only a single evaluator. So I was like going down this path. I'm like, no, dead end, go back, go back, go back. So now because I'm trying to work out a way to take existing code and make as few changes to the existing code as possible. But I think what it's going to look like is this. Instead of saying this dot substring, all right, hold on. I think I got this. Okay, see if this scares you, what I'm about to do. I'm going to look for this script dot substring, and I'm going to change it to that. And I'm just going to hit replace all. Okay. There we go. So now we've got move through script. All right. Now we're going to declare that. Sweet. And in move through script, we're going to say two things. We're going to say return script dot substring of start of expression or whatever that piece is going to be. Oh man, on the stream it's not showing it. Up here it's flickering. There it is, start of expression. I saw it. This is like we're working in a ghost version of the UI. And then value, which is the second piece, which is the length, right? How frightened are you that we have radically changed this? And then we're also going to say execution pointer. No. Execution pointer plus equals start of expression. And let's change this to offset and length. Yeah, I think you're placing bets right now. Is this going to all break? Okay. And I don't know. Let's run our test cases, because we've got test cases that go through and evaluate the scripts. So that would be a really good first indicator if that search and replace was a really bad idea. I suppose even a compile. Woo! That looks like my comeuppance right there. Why don't I move through script over here? Hold on. Is this not all one class? Let me turn off my... No, let's not. Actually, let's go... Why don't I have that? I think I do have multiple classes here. All right, let's look at our errors individually. Where did I declare move through script? What class am I in right now? I'm in the expression evaluator, right there. Where's move through script? It's in the expression evaluator. What is it, a static function? Is that my problem? No. Is it a nested function? Wow, I just used drill into and it got me here. It's not a visibility issue. What is this exactly my problem here? There's no argument that corresponds to the formal parameter length. Oh, I just wasn't reading the error carefully, I think. So this used to be a call to script.substring I gotcha. Okay. I gotcha. All right, so we can fix this. We got some trouble here. Let me mark the issue start here. Yeah, we got some code analysis in here. All right. How you doing, baby? What? Keys? Do I have those in my pocket? I don't know. I do not. I would...
Been looking for about 20 minutes.
Really?
Yeah.
Not on the table across from the front door?
Nope.
All right, kids, I'm going to go... No, it's all right. Why don't you sit here and talk to everybody, baby? Why don't you stay and talk to everyone? You don't have to. I'll be right back, kids. I'll show you a CodeRushed ad while I go look for it. All right. I'm totally chewing. I grabbed bacon like crazy when I left, and I'm not hearing music. Why not music? There we go. Okay, cool. Okay, so we need a second one over here. Is what the error message seemed to be telling us. Come on. I'm hitting delete here. It's not letting me delete this text. What's going on with that? Not from the menu either. I can't make any changes. It's like the file is locked. Wow. This is a great stress test here. All right, so let's see if we can reload that file. All right, try one more time. There we go. That delete worked. Okay, cool. Let's see how we're doing now if we run the test cases. I'm gonna eat some bacon while we run these. Oh, I can't eat bacon until I fix all the bugs here. What happened here? Oh. My search and replace wasn't whole word. This is super weird too. How did this get in my search history? This used to be parent script. Yeah, you were right to be scared, kids. All right. Let's restore this. Those four right there. Okay. What's our issue look like? Build succeeded. Nice. All right. All right, everything passed. That's great news. Let's come back over here. Let me make a note to myself, something I just remembered I want to follow up with here. Okay. Yeah, you know what? I think I'm going to give up on this idea of maintaining the white space here. I'm going to bring it back to my format here. All right, that's better. So we're not doing that here. Let's go look at our move through call. Ooh, the flicker's gone. That's awesome. Okay. So here, script expression evaluate. This is when we start to do it. This is like we're in script evaluate. Yeah, we're just doing expressions one at a time here. Okay. Here, no, though. We need to replace, we need to undo this one here. The big one was good. All right, let's go back. Let's keep going. Let's jump back and keep going and see where else we hit this. This, I believe, is correct because we're grabbing an expression as a string. For sure, we want it there. Here's a check. When we're doing these equals checks, we don't want it here. So we want to replace this with the script.substring offset length. Jump back, tap the next reference. That one's good. Yeah, there are way more of these than I thought. Let's copy that to the clipboard instead. Tab the next reference. This one looks good. All right, so there's actually only two places that we needed to really do that. What about this one? I'm going to say no. I'm going to say yes here. I'm going to say no here. No here. And maybe even arguably not here. I did say yes to keeping this, but now I'm like not so sure about it anymore. Not here. Yeah, not there. I think I made some assumptions about how they modified script, and those were poor. Those were not great assumptions. Yeah, in fact, now I'm developing the attitude that if I'm not sure, I'm undoing the work. Yeah. Yeah. Back up around. Let's look at all these carefully here. I'm going to undo this here too. And we're not using it at all. Let's go back to this one. This may not be as easy as I was thinking it would be, or not that I thought it was going to be super easy, but it may not be. We may have some blocks here. I got another bug I want to report in this file. Hold on a second. CodeRushed issue start. And we are going to call this bug tab to next reference, failing on evaluate. Right there. And so here's the bug, kids. If I hit tab here, it just adds a tab. If I jump escape to get back, I was right here and I just hit, I drill into it fine. If I tab, though, it doesn't work. Let's see what happens if I rename it. Now hit the tab key. Oh, interesting. Tab brought me here. Let's go back to where we were. One more time. Rename, tab, tab. Finds it here. One more time, tab to next reference, does not find it. Okay, that's an expression evaluator.cs. That, if you want to get the source code to that, is inside of, bring it up here, look for coding or expression parser seb, and it's this guy right here. I just cloned this, forked, and created this project. So tap to next reference not working there on evaluate. Okay. All right, so I have to do, my workaround is to hit rename and then tab to go look at all of them. I'm just kind of getting familiar with the code here. What's the deal with the evaluate call? Wow. All right, let's do this. Let's run the test cases one more time just to confirm everything's cool there. I know I'm broadcasting my chewing. Sorry about that, kids. All right, let's see what happens with the data we get back. Let's go find our move through script call. Calling it in two places, in script expression evaluate and here in subscript. What goes on with subscript? We're trimming it. All right, let's see what data we get. And I think what I want to do, so I think I just want to, let's just put a breakpoint here and see what happens. And a breakpoint here. Actually, maybe not here in the one that calls us from the, oh yeah, we're all over the place in that call. This is the one. All right. So let's start up. Send over the data. This should get us a breakpoint. All right, cool. So we've got our first script coming in called add rechargeable. All right. So let's run it. Ooh, let's keep the breakpoint here. All right, move through script. So the first offset coming in is at 0. So execution pointer is at 0. We're going to add offset to it. Notice we also have a length here, 70. So it looks like that's probably the length of the script, maybe. Be nice if you told me how many characters were in here. 71. So it's found up to the end. All right, cool. I want a script that's got multiple lines of code in it. Let's do this. Let's set a conditional breakpoint here. Isn't there a count feature? It looks like that maybe worked. Clear this breakpoint. Let's see if we stop. Oh, man, I didn't mean to clear it. I meant to edit. I hate that. All right, so what is it? It is script dot count is this it? Nope. I'm not sure how to do that. That is not. Let's do this instead. Changes are not allowed if the project wasn't built when debugging started. Hold on. Why isn't it building it? I feel like we still have a problem. It's using the wrong expression evaluator. But edit and continue is not working in here. All right, so let's go back up to where we were. I don't know my other extension methods here. Okay. Oh, sorry. There's an easier, faster way to do this. Fact, that's what I should have done. Here's my conditional breakpoint right here. It's greater than 3, that means there's 2 or more inside of it. So let's try again. No breakpoint. It's possible. Let's go look at the data. I need something with multiple lines in it. Arcane Strixter should have broken it. If we split here, we get 1, 2, maybe not 3. I guess I could just say 2. I could change the expression condition. Oh, and greater than 3. I want it to be greater than or equal to 2. That's what I want. Let's try that and see if we can get a better hit this time. Should see Arcane Trickster. There we go. What do we got? Nope. Change the condition. Run it. Do we get a stop? Do we get a breakpoint? There we go. Okay, so we have this, and then let's just count it by hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So at about 12, the string starts, and about 24, the next line starts. And then about 27, we've got this expression. Let's see where we stop. We're going to turn this breakpoint on now. So here's the first one, and our offset is 0, 0. So I think we're pretty good. There's the first one, add spells, right? Second one, script is still add spells. Offset is now 23. Interesting. So 23 corresponds to the next line. That's setter. Yes, that does make sense because the script substring is going to be that next line right there. You can see I've got carriage return, line feed, and then set, spellcasting ability, intelligence. Okay, let's see what next we get to. Offset is 0. And we're on, I think that's the second line, add damage resistance. Execution pointer is still 0 though. Maybe we need to jump to have a length associated with as well. Keep running. I think we're out of the duplicate piece here. We should set another breakpoint out of here, right there, once we get in. Try one more time, initialize player data. We're probably gonna hit this one first. Oh wait, maybe it didn't want to run, hold on. Okay, one more time, I'm gonna click initialize player data. Let's clear this one until we get our first breakpoint here. There it is. Now set it, and the script is add spells and then set. So we're looking for add spells followed by set. Whoa, it gets right out. Oh, because I didn't put this down here. Shoot. One more time. One more time. Clicking the button one more time. Adding the breakpoint here, adding the breakpoint here. Run. Add spells, then set. I almost feel like we should be adding not only the offset, but the length. Second time. I got an idea on how we can fix this, how we can make this move. Okay, so this is the second line. Okay. And then we're out. All right. I'm feeling like I'm understanding this a little bit better. All right, let's run it. And so let's close down the app. Let's refresh the back overlay. In fact, I might turn it off. Oh, we lost our, on one of our, I think when I did the CodeRushed commercial. Let's get the music back if we can. All right, here's what I want to do. Like this. Great CodeRushed, really useful CodeRushed feature here called introduce setter guard clause. Just pops that line of code right there and for you inside a setter of a property. You want to change this into a function instead. That's super interesting. Let's report that. This file is a great file to work on for us here. Take a look at this. I'm going to come in here, hit the CodeRushed key, convert to auto implemented property. Look at what's going on here. Look at that. Tell me what's going on there, guys. All right, let's wrap up that issue. That bug I want to report, I got to put a special thing out here to report that. Okay. So here I want to say we're going to increase by our offset, which I think is going to work. And we're going to say our execution length is equal to length. And we're going to do this. Yeah, okay. I'm going to do one more bug out here. So take a look at this. I may not be able to duplicate it, but I've been noticing perf issues here. CodeRushed keys down. That time it was quickly came up, but let me see if I make a change and see what happens here. Paste it in, and now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 seconds to bring up that function right there, the method. So perf issue in the same file, expression evaluator CS. Right? Let me close that perf issue. All right, there's that bug reported. Excellent. Okay, reset execution pointer. I want to move that close to our other pieces up here. And I just want to set both of these to 0 here. Okay. So there's reset execution pointer, set execution pointer. All right, so for performance reasons, I know that may be a little crazy to talk about performance in this file, because it's a bunch of regexes. However, for performance reasons, I don't want to slow it down at all. So every time we advance the execution pointer, I want to only consider triggering events if we got somebody listening to them. So I'm going to say if we have, we'll do something like this. If anyone listening and distance moved. I'm going to declare anyone listening up here. All right, that's going to default to false. Let's declare this. I'm going to do two things for performance reasons here, because I'm a little nervous about it. Let's create our event args on this. It needs essentially all of these in it for our event args. I'm going to pop this up here. This is going to be a execution pointer changed event args. Paste those in, and now use CodeRushed to declare these properties here. In fact, let's do this too. Let's pop this in its own. Okay. Let's Let's move this to its own file. Look at that. All right, so there's execution pointer changed to event args. Let's declare the rest of these pieces here. Nope, not add parameter. All right. All right, so there we're loading up that piece. We also need, actually I want to take this and duplicate this line, I think. I want to create a method called set here. And I want to have it return void. I want to do that method there. And then I also want to call set from here. Now I'm doing this for performance reasons because it's more performant to create this only once and reuse it, since we're going to be calling this many, many times, than it is to create a new one every time. So I'm going to do that. I'm also creating an alternate constructor that's going to take nothing as well. And I don't know, do I want to set a bunch of zeros here? Because it doesn't hurt. But I don't really need to because they're all going to default to 0 anyway. So we're just going to do that. Okay, so there's our execution pointer event changed args. We need to get a delegate inside of here. So I guess I'll do that here. Right there, and then that's going to take in one of these. We copy that to the clipboard. Then we're going to come back over to our expression evaluator. We're going to create an event for it. But I don't want to create, I want to put all my stuff up at the top. Let me put just drop a marker here. Let's go find our execution. Hold word turned on. Is that what's going on? Reset execution pointer. Let's jump out here. Let's grab these pieces that I've been working on. Copy those, cut those to the clipboard, come up here, pop them up here. Now let's declare our event. And the name of this is going to be that. Okay. Oh, but you know what? Hold on. I want to declare my event like this. I've got a nice CodeRushed template here called EVAR, which gives me this. Whoops, hold on. Let me get close to that. Let me undo a second. EVAR. This I want it to be called that. And then this I want to be called that. There we go. Now, what this gives me is a first listener and a no more listeners, which is exactly what I need because I want to set anyone listening to true if we got at least one listener. And I want to set anyone listening to false if nobody's listening anymore. And so now I've got this nice little shortcut in the code that doesn't even ever get down into here, never triggers an event, never tries to even create an event handler for it. So it's as optimized as it could possibly be, while simultaneously allowing both for the event to exist and be listened to, but if nobody listens to it, it's incredibly fast. It doesn't impact performance in any way that's going to be noticeable. So that's kind of the idea here, beyond what's going on with this code. I'm reminded to also tell you that, you know, it's good advice to not worry about performance issues unless you got them, and then you start looking for the problem, because otherwise there could be a lot of code added that's not needed. But I got a good feeling about this, so that's why I'm doing it. Or at least I got an anxiety concern about it. That's why I'm doing it. Okay, so now we're into trigger execution point change. Now at this point, instead of creating a new event args guy, I'm going to create this from the very beginning. So we're going to create a variable, a new instance of this type, and I'm going to create it like that. Sweet. And then Then down here, I'm going to call set. And I'm going to pass in all these pieces from up here. Also, let's do one other thing. So let's do a little more shortcutting here. Let's do this. Okay? If nobody's listening, we're just out. We're not even going to do anything special here. Okay? I also want to go to reset. Oops, wrong button. Like that. Then I want to pop in this as well. Send the original script in. Then we use this great CodeRushed feature right here called declare property with initializer, which just does that, and I'm done. So allows me to take a parameter. I don't know what to do. Wait. Oh yeah, we need to change this one too. But I don't actually have anybody using this, do I? No one's using that. I'm just hitting tab to next reference on that. So I can actually clear that up and get rid of it. So it cleans up the code a little bit. All right, so now, okay. We should get this fired whenever it changes. I don't know. Let's do a listener on this and see what we get here. So here's our expression evaluator. Where are we getting new instances of this thing created? I think I'm jumping through a lot of files here. Let's go find expressions. Expression evaluator. Where are you created? Here we go. Boom. And here's where we're hooking events. We want execution pointer changed. Sweet. So simply by doing this, we should get, by listening, we should now have extra code added, executed. Let's set a breakpoint here. Let's see what happens. Got like some good issues we found today. All right, players initialize player data. Should get a breakpoint. Come on. No. What? What? Set a breakpoint here. restart. I'm hitting F11. Here we go. That's null. Anyone listening is true. And I don't think we're ever going to get down here. It's the right point here. We did not get here? I don't get that. Oh, I know why. Click initialize player data. Hold on. That's what I was thinking. Okay, good. All right, sweet. So let's look at what the code we've written here. We've got our old location. We have our new location. Whoa, distance moved. What happened here? Offset is 0. Execution length is 70. Distance moved. Says it's 0. Oh, wait, I get it. Because this is the old length. Got it. Okay, we're good. We're good. Second time we come in. Boom, boom. So offset is 0. Execution length is also 0. Last time the length should have been something different. Huh. Their execution length is 68. Still no distance moved. Coming back in. Got offset in 22. Thanks, Will. So execution length here. Are we creating new instances of this? Is this why execution length is suddenly changing back to 0? Run. Whoops. Run. Execution length, that's execution length is 22 now. Well, that's good. Now we finally got a distance moved. Now we're going to trigger. Wow, we went through more of it than I wanted to do. Huh. Whoops. I didn't actually trigger the event. Changes are not allowed. All right, let's kill it. I'm not entirely dismayed in all of this. Hold on. Create event trigger. I forget, how do I trigger this event? All right. It's because I'm using the event, not the lowercase version of this thing. This one right here. That's what I want to put in here. Okay. So there's my trigger. Really? Still? Okay. Okay. I think that's the code change. All right. Let's try and run that. Okay, breakpoint there. All right, let's do it. I think we're going to have to do more work than just this. I was hoping it was going to be easier to find that expression to the place where we're going with her. All right, cool. We got an event now. We've got EA. So EA dot original script dot substring EA dot execution pointer EA dot execution length. This section, I don't know, line. I don't know if we can say what that's fair to say it's a line. Let's execute. Whoa, through an exception. Length. What's the length? 40, 45. Yeah, what is the original script length? Looks like maybe our length is problematic. At this point in my head, there's like a voice saying, Miller, you silly fool, thinking you could do this. 66. Okay. So maybe it doesn't look like length is reliable. Let's see what we got here. Subster. And let's pass in EA.execution pointer and see what we get. That doesn't look good either. Yeah, I think I was making some assumptions about the simplicity in which it processed the string, and those are incorrect assumptions. I'm interested to know what the old one gets us, though. We were not able to evaluate that function because we're out of it. Oh, I think I need to, do I need to come back up? Is that next statement? Can I reevaluate now? No. Guess I need a line of code in here. And now can I reevaluate it? Oh, the old execution pointer is just 1. What's the old length? The length there is kind of interesting. 22. Yeah, there's the second piece. Okay, let's kill it. Let's look at the data. Let's look at the code. Let's go back to how we're getting here. This is where we're breaking up lines one at a time. Yeah, so this gets the subscript right here. And not called a move through script. And this also gets the expression here. But of the script we're passing in, I need to know where script is equal to substring of script. We're looking for that to see if that ever happens. It's never happening in here, I think. I think in the places it's happening, we already modified that code. But it could be happening in another call to script evaluate. The recursive call. So here we have the if script. We don't have a strong sense of where that is. This is also super interesting right here. Yeah, so the if statement, this one is problematic. Yeah, I'm sensing a redesign of this whole engine in order to make this work at this point. Because we're not going to be able to find these right here. Let's see where we collect these. All right, so I kind of got an idea on how we can fix this with small changes to the engine. And the idea is to, instead of using strings, use a class for this that holds both the text and the position that it got the text from inside of the code. What's going on with keyword attributes? Let's also come over here. Let's run these tests. Make sure all their test cases are still passing. Okay. Excellent. So we got all the test cases are passing. I totally want to rename this. That's what I want to rename it to. I like it, Rory. I was spelling delimiters wrong yesterday. Yeah, it's a little harder. I was hoping for a little simpler approach that would be, we'd have one nice intercept point. We could do this. We could do this. I don't know if you're following or not, Rory, but we got a, we ran all the test cases. So there's about 1,000 test cases and we ran all of them. I'm just backing out of this. Right here is where we appear to be parsing into statements. So we seem to be connected, our move through script seems to be connected to both expressions and statements. So what if I don't know, there's a little bit of cheating here. There's kind of like a lot of you would be groaning about this, but let's throw the script in here. Frozen video. That's what I got. I'm looking, it looks like there's a delay. Got my finger up, I've had it up for a little bit before I see the update. Yeah, the update looks like delayed by a bit for me. Interesting. Okay, I want to go in here. I'm going to do this. I'm not going to worry about distance move anymore. Delays about 5 or 10 seconds when I was live. Huh. Brian's out there. Hey, Brian. Let's pass in this script. All right, I'm ready to throw our event handler at this again. Let's see what we get. We got a breakpoint there. Let's see what we got. We're not making great progress, Brian. I came in with optimism. Some of the good old
Force and ignorance.
And I was dismayed. All right, here's our breakpoint. All right, so what do we got now? Let's not go to original script. We're going to change this to the script, which is not a great name for it. Maybe the current script or something like that. What is that? All right. Okay, so that's just the first part. So what I'm trying to do, Brian, that was my React stream earlier today. Sorry to hear that, buddy. Kids, you might want to be following Brian out there. He's go check out his live stream out here on Twitch. Brian, what is it? Is this Brian Lagunas? Twitch.tv/Brian Lagunas. Stick a link in there for us if you can. I just want to show you if any of you guys came in late. Look what my wife made for me today. Look at that. That is bacon, kids. Apologies to any vegetarians out there. Okay, so this might work. The problem is we want to make sure we're advancing the execution pointer as we make changes, as we iterate and move through the script. And that's the thing that I think we're going to stumble on, is I think there's ways to move through the script through recursive calls to script evaluate that are going to change effectively the execution pointer. We won't be able to follow our way through it, which means that adding this debugging tool is not going to be so good here. Let's see what this next section is. It is set base armor class, which is, what's the original script? The original script was just that entire piece. That's what I'm looking at right here. So, okay, nothing incredibly impressive here yet. Okay, here we've got, this one's interesting because we've got add a spell mage hand followed by set casting ability intelligence. So what's this section going to be here? Add spell mage hand. Good. So are we going to get to the next one? Is the next one the nope. What's my execution pointer at? 45. The length is 40. This is my fault in my code. Let me break the code here. It's over here. In here. That's what I need. Yeah, tracking the distance through isn't going to work anymore. I have a really ugly hack that gets me kind of what I want, gets me like 80 to 90, maybe even 99% of what I want, but you guys are going to hate it. So I'm debating whether or not to do that. In other words, it solves the problem. It's a really bad hack, but hack to make it work, then refactor later, says Brian. Yeah, there's Brian's Twitch TV out there. Brian Lagunas, there you go. Go out there and follow Brian. Watch him do React stuff. He actually does the important stuff around here. I'm just on, I'm just right now spinning my wheels. I did beautiful things yesterday, Brian. Yesterday, I did beautiful work. But today, part of the problem is I'm working with somebody else's code and trying to kind of connect in and hack in. And I've got a really ugly hack that's going to make you guys, you're going to hate it so bad. Yeah, go watch that one instead. Well, that one, the one yesterday was long. It was like about 6 hours. But we basically created a markdown engine from scratch yesterday in TypeScript. And the results were beautiful at the end. Really gorgeous stuff. I can show you a little bit about it, I think, right now if I start up. Hold on a second. Let's see if we can start up here. This should get us without any problems. And I am probably going to have to refresh some of the stuff on the stream here. Let's see what happens if I do this. Although I heard a clicking sound, so I think that's the clock updating. Oops, there's my breakpoint. We can clear this breakpoint for now. Just run it. We should be free of any exceptions.
Merkin.
All right, check this out. Merkin's got some spells. None of the big ones here, unfortunately. But this is what we did yesterday, the markdown engine, to create the different spell pieces here. Message, that sort of thing. You're not seeing all the stuff here because I deleted some of the spells because we were done testing them. But some of the spells included bullet points and what else? Yeah, they included bullet points and tables, and they were gorgeous. Just the results were gorgeous in terms of the layout here. One of the things that's cool about what you're seeing right now, let me jump back over to the players page here. And I'll bring up my target reticule so you can see this. Right here, this is calculated based on the level of the spell I cast it at. So right now it has the word 6 in there. But if I advance the time to make the spell no longer be here, and let me switch to another player. Bring up the spell page, and let's recast it. Oh, it's not. Did I not? It's not going away. All right, hold on a second. I can let's roll some dice here. We can make it go away with some bonus actions, it looks like. This is rolling. This is basically, you're seeing the execution of Dungeons and Dragons rules for the spell. So Mel's Minute Meteors at this spell level. Oh, maybe I don't have the extra spell level available anymore. I don't think I do. Dragon's Breath. I can show you with Dragon's Breath. Hold on. Here's Dragon's Breath. So, actually, no, Dragon's Breath doesn't have the piece built in. Hold on. Dragon's Breath. Give me a second. Let's close the spell effects here. Let's turn off my targeting pointer. Let's go to spells. Look at our Dragon's Breath. Is this on GitHub? It is. Except it is not, you don't have the assets, the visual assets are not on GitHub. So just the code. This is all the code we've been building since we started the show, but we don't have the visual assets here. So let's see here. You touch one willing creature. What's going on over here? When you cast a spell using the spell slot at 3rd level, the damage increases by 1d6. That's Dragon's Breath. It doesn't even show the damage in here. I wonder if it's because you're giving the other creature the damage. Let's see, do we have a damage string, dice string here? We don't have a dice string here. So I could do this, I think. And to exhale energy of the chosen type in a 15-foot cone, dealing. And then we want to put in here spell Deister damage, like that. I think that's what we need. So let's try that. Let's reinitialize the player data. Whoops, I got to. That's got to. Put the spells out. Reinitialize the player data. Okay, and let's go back. Reinitialize. I reinitialized second time. Sorry, I got distracted by my phone. Okay. And let's go try to cast Dragon's Breath again. See what happens. Here's level 2. What's happening here? Why are we not seeing it on... The overlay's not showing it. Can I advance the time? Why don't I see...
Eva, Merkin.
There we go. All right, one more time. Dragon's Breath. Didn't update it. Why didn't it update? Whoops, what did I do? Hold on, it looks like I just moved it. It's definitely there. Let's follow the steps one more time. Download, comma, separated values. Spells.csv, yes, replace. Come back over here, reinitialize the player data. I've seen times where it didn't actually reload, or it's like it cached the reload. Let's see what happens here.
Lady McLovna. Merkin Bushwhacker.
And let's try Dragon's Breath now. Yeah, it's like it's caching the results. If I close down and rerun, I bet it gets it.
Lady.
All right, one more time, initialize player data. Yeah, if this gets it this time, then it's like it's as if it's caching, something is caching the CSV file.
Merkin.
All right, one more time, Dragon's Breath. Why am I not seeing that? Oh, I bet I've got 2 Dragon's Breaths in here. Do I? Yeah. I do. This is the first one, though. I'm kind of stunned. Thanks, Will. I'm like super stunned. It's as if it's getting the data from another place, like even test data. But that doesn't make sense because no tests are running. Should we run with that possibility? What if I can open this? Let's open that with code for a second. And let's search for Dragon's Breath. Here. Wait, did I miss it? I'm down here. I think I missed it. There it is. There's the data right there. So it's in that file. What if we did that? No, it doesn't make sense. It does not make sense that that would make a difference, but let's try it and see if it does. Reinitializing player data.
Big love nuts! Merkin Bushwhacker!
I'm like, where's it getting the data? Why are you not getting the data where I'm expecting it to be? What do we got? Do we got something else in here? Nope, just those two. There are two of the Dragon's Breath pieces, but there's Cast Dragon's Breath, which is a secondary aspect of the spell. And it's clearly starting with this one right here, your touch one willing creature. Just to test to see if I'm going completely insane or not. You're seeing this too, right, kids? Well, Roy, you're trying to close that. Let me just refresh that. Oh. Hold on one second. Let me just get this call.
Merkin Bushwhacker!
Well, I'm like stunned. Like I'm like crazy not getting this at all. Let's go see what's going on. Let's investigate this. Here's where we load our spells up. What's the current issue? Well, the current issue, Rory, is that I've made changes to this text right here. And it's not... oops, hold on. I meant to move this piece right here. To this text. And it's not showing those changes. And it's a mystery to me as far as where is it getting that text from. That's my issue. Yeah. It's pretty much my issue. It's like mysterious magical things are happening here. Here's where I load the data off of that to get all the spells. Here's where I grab a particular spell in there. Cache copy somewhere. Yeah, I know. I'm like, what? But I did open up the file in a VS Code and verified the changes were in that file. So I don't even understand how it's getting this old data, right? Energy of the chosen type in a 15-foot cone. We can look up here one more time. Look for energy of the chosen type. We are seeing 2. So now only 1 15-foot cone. Matthew Groves rating with a party of 9. Thanks, Matthew. I'm like, you got me in the, hey, Fork. How you doing? What are we doing here? I don't know. I'm looking at mysterious, unexplained things is what I'm looking at here. Yeah, it's a party up in here, says Jetsam. I don't know. I'm looking at what looks like impossible behavior, and I'm trying to understand it. I got this piece right here. I wonder if this is... Let's do one more thing. Let's just do this. X at the very front. Let's save it. Maybe we have some sort of other problem going on. Let's download comma-separated values, Dragon's Breath. We should be seeing this show up. Maybe we have a different problem. But the thing that's bizarre is we're seeing the period at the end right there of that, of the Dragon's Breath description right there. So it's like bringing up really old data, but I don't understand why. I'm going to go in and say initialize player data again. And
Ava, Merkin Bushwhacker.
Bring up Dragon's Breath. Yeah, it's totally not changing the data. Somehow it's getting this data from somewhere. I almost wonder, is it possible I've got this hard-coded somewhere? Dare I really search through my whole code for Dragon's Breath? I don't know, I suppose that's possible. I think highly unlikely. Yeah, big fat 0. Let's just look for the word breath. Yeah, not even in there. So not in there. The data's not being read. Yet it's opening up the file. It's like the CSV has cached the old data and not taking in the new. Ooh, I do have this part wrong though. Deister Ra. Oh, I do want Deister Ra. Uh, 15-foot cone, also an item below, but preceded by a bracketed piece of text, which is interesting since you were dealing with those earlier. Mark's not working. Chat till your fingers fall off. Well, really? You need to use Couchbase. What is Couchbase? Yeah, I have this. It's cast, but it is not the same text, right? This is completely different. I can do XXX here, YYY here. We weren't having this problem at all yesterday. Let's export it again. So there it is again, loading and back up. Yep, nothing's coming through. It's as if, it's my favorite NoSQL database, of course. Matthew Groves explained to you what Couchbase is. Okay. Yeah, I'm up for anything, kids. Let's see if, let's set a breakpoint in here and see what's going on here when we do load data of it. Okay, we're in the breakpoint here. Let's go jump inside folders. Are we at use test data? Test data? No. So we're saving this, right? Mr. AnnouncerBot core. Copy value. Let's just make sure we're looking at the exact same file that we're expecting to be at. Yeah. It's the same one. Let's just hit enter on it and open it up in Excel. D&D spells. Let's go find Dragon's Breath. There it is. Here it is right there. There's the YYY data. Okay? It's right there. Don't save. It's in the right spot. Got 309 entries back. So we've gotten our spells. Are we doing anything else with that? That should be enough. All right, let's run it. Firebolt, Poison Spray, Hideous Laughter. Let's look for Dragon's Breath here. Ah, that was it. Shoot. Jumped past it. All right, let's do this instead. Let's go into a watch on this. All right, we found Dragon's Breath. Let's move this over here. Wait, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to move it here, and I wanted to move it. Let's try this. I wanted to get this here. There we go. So we can kind of see it here. Yeah, it's got the new description. What's going on? It better show it this time. We've made no changes to the code. All right, so let's say change players.
Evil Wolfhard. Working.
Chrome version is working and you've not refreshed the stream? It doesn't make any sense. Because I'm just sending data across. It should get the data. I just shouldn't need it. The data is coming from our D&D app. Like, I feel like I can prove it to you. Let's go look at character here. And inside here, it's like actively, what is it? Spell actively casting. Show player casting. Set a breakpoint here. I'm going to click on Dragon's Breath 3. I think I have to cast another spell first. Okay, I'm going to run past this. Now I'm going to hit Dragon's Breath 2. And we're going to change spell actively casting. Actually, before, it's not going to be in here. It's going to be on the handler to the on state change event. So we're going to have to bubble our way out of here. Bear with me while we bubble out. We're in character. Did I actually step over it? I did. I stepped over it. I want to get to, let's go look at this, drill into this, state changed. Where's my game state changed? What, really? This doesn't make sense to me. Only 4 references to state change? I thought for sure we had an event handler in the game. All right, hold on. Okay, this is going to be streamed over automatically, sent over automatically when we send the data for when the player is changed. Player state changed. State change, is that where it's going to be? Game player state changed. I think it's going to be here when it's cast. We're going to get it here. Let's try it. Okay, so I just clicked on it and we're here. Update UI state for player. Is this it? No, I don't think this is it. Let's not set the breakpoint here. Let's go into our Hubtastic base station. And let's see where we're going to player data changed. I think here. Let's try a breakpoint there, see what we get at. Clicking on Dragon's Breath 2, there we go. So player data is empty coming in here. Let's also set a breakpoint here. Here we go, spell actively casting. So, Dragon's Breath. Look at this, it's got the right data. And it even says 2d6 damage. The whole thing is working. We're sending it down. We're sending that via Signal R. It better show it. What's happening now? It's not showing anything?
Working.
Yeah. And now it works? So isn't load data static? So it only runs once per session? No. Great question. That's how it used to be. Yeah, just want to point out we did nothing. Absolutely nothing. Load data is static. However, but it's not called per session. It's called if spells equal to null. And spells get set to null if we call invalidate, which we do when we call invalidate all known items dot invalidate, and or if we're through other tests and that sort of thing. So all known items dot invalidate, that's called here, action shortcut test. I thought we had all spells invalidate called from other places as well. Oh yeah, here it is right here. Button initialize player data click. We're calling it here. So when we initialize, we invalidate all the spells. So we load them all up. I have no idea what just happened. But we made no changes to the code. And we didn't refresh the stream. And it didn't make sense to refresh the stream because the stream is just receiving SignalR data. This is like stunning. Like, what's going on? What I'm expecting to happen is I make a change here and I make a change here. Then I save the data and it gets immediately loaded in. There it is. I'm in the right folder. I think if you want proof that ghosts and magic really exist, it's the last 10 minutes of the stream. Maybe. We'll see. Let's initialize player data one more time. See if we can get rid of the YYY.
Ava, Merkin Bushwhacker.
And Dragon's Breath 2. And let's do Dragon's Breath 3. And can I have to do another spell first? And then 3. No, because I'm still casting it. I think I've got a bug somewhere. Maybe change to another player.
Merkin.
Yeah, I've got a bug in here. What's it? There it is. There's 3. I had to add a day to it for the spell to expire. But now you can see it now picks up 2d6 damage. All of that, Brian, if you're still with us after all of that exploration, to show that we did some pretty good work there. So, yeah, the spell effect looks pretty good. Looks really good against a darker background because you can see that cool glowing effect. There, that's what we did yesterday. Today, not having a great day though. Infuriating. Demons in your code, says Roy. Yeah, it's a little infuriating. Let's go back to our expression piece that we're in. So I got a... I have a crazy bad hack. And you're going to cringe and you're going to hate it. You're going to hate it, hate it, hate it. Did somebody forget to push the stop streaming button? That's Surly Deb. No, we're still going. I don't know. Set my breakpoint. Initialize player data. All right. So if we do this section, we look at this, what's happening is we can get a string that represents the part that we're looking at in this. So there's the add rechargeable piece, right? This one is this right here, set base armor class. What we could do is we could do something like this. It makes me cringe to even propose this. Maybe if I do this, serious hack, kids, but it's for debugging and it solves 99% of my use case needs. So please don't hate too much. Not too much. It's not good. So here's what it looks like. Instruction pointer equals, I think you know where I'm going, ea.originalScript.index of this section. That's what I'm doing, kids, to find out where I am. So let's come back. Can we come back in here and execute this line of code? Yeah. All right. Just run it. Back here. We're getting 0. Let's set a breakpoint here when we're at non-zero. Mark, I logged another ticket with your support guys at 8 a.m. this morning and got an answer back within an hour. I was not expecting a reply until mid-afternoon. Good. Good. Yeah, you cannot hear Rory Becker. Dulcet tones. He's not here. He's not crazy like me, man. He's out of here. He's out of here after a reasonable amount of time. Passed in between assembling for the family. He got a silencer for his keeper, so his wife doesn't know he's still up. That's an illegal modification, Rory. Ha ha! But he's not using a mechanical keyboard. Okay, so close, run. Hit run, I thought. There it is right there. So now we're out and where's our script here? So we've got add spells. This section is set. Yeah, so now we've got an instruction pointer telling us where we are. At line 23, which is right between those right between those pieces. So we can set a little bit of a breakpoint in here, is kind of what I'm suggesting. Pudding says, "Woot, it's Mark." Hey, Pudding. Glad you're here, buddy. I don't know if you guys know Pudding or not, but...
He's awesome!
Supper's arrived. Is it an awesome tub of bacon? Yeah. Look at this. No, you're awesome. Look at the bacon. The bacon is awesome, kids. Look at that. Isn't that beautifully cooked? It was prepared for me during my show. My show started before the bacon started cooking. I don't know. I feel like I got something to work with here. It's a serious hack, though. It fails if I've got the same line of code more than once in the script. But in 99% of everything I've got, I don't have that. I do not have the same line of code. So I can kind of at least get somewhere in here with regards to breakpoint. So I don't know. Now the other thing I can do is I can now collect breakpoints, places where I can stop and present those when the script appears. So I'm going to say okay to this part right now. I'm going to say that we are good enough to go forward. And I know I should stop the show. I always have pudding for supper. I'm happy, but at the same time scared. Yeah. Store a previous pointer and search starting at that. Ooh! Rory! Genius! That takes me from 99% to 99.5%. Look at that. Rory. I'm going to call this the super hack. If I can spell super hack correctly here. I love it, Rory. That kills it. That takes it over the top. It's a brilliant idea. Why didn't I think about that, buddy? Okay, I like it. I don't know, there we go, like that. Cool. Hack of the hack. Yeah, I love it. Okay, that's cool. We can totally do that. You know, I don't want to stop working on this, but I keep telling myself I got to stop working on this. That's what I got to do. I should open up my email and go take a look at that because I should. That's what I should do. I should do the right thing, and we'll do that. I'll work on that. I think I'm going to do that. We're going to work on. I'm going to put this. I'm going to work on UI. If I go back into this, I think I'm going to. I probably won't work on this over the weekend. Next Tuesday, I think we'll repick this up again. I think we got a shot of that. So, we'll see if we can get this actually getting closer to working. That's what we'll do. Genesco 7, good to have you with us. Pudding, good to have you with us. Copper Beardy is here. Where's the bacon? If one thing can bring me out of alert, it's bacon or cake. Copper Beardy. So far, all it does is chat, though. What am I about from the .NET Framework to .NET Core? Have a super weekend. All right, kids. If you're enjoying this, even marginally, make sure you're out there following all the other live coders that are out there part of the team. We're going to, let's see what we want to do here. Let's go see who we're following, who's out here. Still broadcasting. Let's take you. Michael Jolly's got a lot of folks over there. I'm going to give you to Michael Jolly again. I like this guy. We'll send you over there. We'll raid you to Michael. Tell him I said hi. Sorry I wasn't able to blow your minds today, kids. There's always a chance it'll happen one day. But we'll see you guys. Thanks so much. See you on Tuesday. Tell Michael I said hi. You guys have a great weekend as well.
Do